Governor Mills signing a bill into law that would improve access to opioid alternatives, LD 2096, an act to ensure access to non-opioid, non-narcotic medication for acute pain relief. The bill would require state-regulated health insurance plans to have a plan in place to provide adequate coverage of pain management services, including non-opioid and non-narcotic medication. These plans will be overseen by the Bureau to ensure the adequacy of coverage. Many pharmaceutical companies have begun to explore non-opioid pain medication. Under the new law, patients with state-regulated healthcare plans will have more pain management options without the risk of developing an addiction.